Imagine an explosion so powerful that it could flatten an entire forest in seconds. On June 30th, 1908, something mysterious happened in the remote wilderness of central Siberia in Russia. At around 7:15 in the morning, people across the region saw a gigantic fireball blazing across the sky. Witnesses described it as brighter than the sun. Moments later, a massive explosion shook the earth. The blast was so powerful that it knocked people off their feet from hundreds of kilometers away. Windows shattered, buildings trembled, and a shockwave traveled across the atmosphere. The explosion released energy equal to nearly 185 atomic bombs. In a single instant, more than 80 million trees were flattened across an area of about 2,000 square kilometers, which is roughly 500,000 acres of forest. But the strangest part, when scientists finally arrived at the site, they found no crater. Everything in the area was burned and destroyed, yet there was no impact hole in the ground. Because the explosion occurred near the Tunguska River, this mysterious disaster became known as the Tunguska Event. However, scientists didn't investigate the site until 1927, almost 19 years after the explosion. The region was extremely remote, with harsh weather and almost impossible travel routes. It took years for researchers to reach the exact location. When they finally arrived, what they discovered was shocking. Millions of trees had been knocked down in a perfect circular pattern, like matchsticks blown outward from a central point. But strangely, the trees at the very center of the explosion were still standing, stripped of their branches, burned but upright. This strange pattern suggested something unusual. The explosion didn't happen on the ground, it happened in the air. For decades, scientists have proposed different theories. The most widely accepted explanation is that a large asteroid, about the size of a 25-story building, entered Earth's atmosphere at incredible speed. As it rushed through the sky, the intense heat and pressure caused it to explode in midair before hitting the ground. This type of explosion is called an airburst. Another theory suggests it may have been an icy comet that completely vaporized in the atmosphere, leaving almost no physical debris behind. Some people even believe it might have been a secret early Russian experiment. But no definitive evidence has ever been found. Even today, the Tunguska Event remains one of the most mysterious cosmic explosions in human history. Over time, the forest has grown back, but in some areas, the trees still grow in strange, twisted patterns, different from the surrounding forest. As if the land itself still remembers the day when the sky exploded. And the biggest mystery remains unanswered. What really exploded over Siberia that morning in 1908?